Play this record as frequently as possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the great year of 2025, so you know what that means. Trackmaster has been dead. It's not really a good Thomas and Friends range anymore. Or I would say that if it wasn't for the very surprising market of fake Trackmaster trains that currently exists. They are currently also all over Amazon, as you can see here, and we're going to take a look at a few more today. Now, in the past, I have taken a look at a few fake Trackmasters, like the fake Whiff, the fake B. James. Those you could pretty easily tell were fake, same with Donald and Douglas, or at least if you knew what you were looking for. Some of these look a little too accurate to the original Trackmasters, or at the very least are good custom fodder, and like I said, today we have two to take a look at. This one here's kind of already opened, as you can see there, but let's go ahead and pop open this one here, see if we got the right stuff. It's in another package. That's awesome. Try that one more time. Here we go. Well, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a classic Trackmaster Arry, or what looks pretty much identical to a classic Trackmaster Arry, and right alongside him, we've got Bert. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got two fake Ironworks twins, and you might be asking yourself, why do I have these two if I have the classic 2009 ones? Well, one, so we can compare them, and two, these ones can be I don't really care about $25 fake Trackmaster tray. I can customize these all I want, and it really won't matter that much. You know what I'm saying? So let's just show. I'm kind of curious what these will entail anyway, so yeah, there's that. Now, of course, let's start out with the packaging here. These are, again, identical to what you would have found from classic Trackmaster in, like, I don't know, 2010, 2012. The stuff I remember from when I was a kid and would go to Walmart with my extra, allowance money. This is the kind of stuff I was buying. And it's just, it's 2025. I can buy them. My kid can play with these. That's so cool. And again, everything about the box is identical, from the Thomas there, the Thomas and Friends Trackmaster logo there, and the motorized logo there. It says Fisher Price. There's literal copyright information there on the bottom, which really, does it even apply to a made-in-China fake toy tray? I don't really know. And of course, that is on both, except this one says Bert, this one says Arry. I think they have, no, they don't have the same face, thankfully, so at least there is that. There's a semi-good way to tell them apart. And these should open like the old Trackmaster boxes did too. Just take this tape here off the bottom, and that should open up this window, or both sides, I suppose. There you go. And that will open up the window to the train. Here. Okay. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our fake Trackmaster Arry and Bert. And wow, I'm not gonna lie, these look and feel pretty freaking spot on. Now, right off the bat, you can tell with the paint, this is not the most well put together train. It's kind of seemingly done in a rush, and it kind of is, because it's a cheap knockoff. Again, look at that. Also on the back there, anywhere where the yellow meets the green is a little bit messy. Maybe save for the hazard stripes. There on the front, that does look pretty clean. But yeah, there is that. It's surprisingly sturdy. If you can see there on the wheels, it does look like these are the wheels that can support side rods. So I very well might add that to at least one of these. The faces look pretty dang good. Let me go get the classic Arry and Bert, and let's see if that helps here at all. Okay, I lied. I couldn't find Arry, but I did find Bert. Immediately, the differences I can see here are, well, battery placement. There is that. This one runs on, I believe, a C battery, and the switch is here on the body. This one runs on a AA, I believe, and the switch is here basically just on the cab. The quality control is night and day. If you can see there, like, the paint just looks so much better. This also, on the real one, has back windows. Neither of these fake Arry and Bert do. So I guess that's a pretty good way to tell these apart if you're ever, looking on eBay. The fake ones don't have rear windows. Real ones do. But I mean, again, truth be told, I don't really hate these things. I do like the matte finish. I do think the green was done very well. The Sodor Ironworks here on this side is a little bit splotchy. Maybe could have been done a bit better. But it is on there pretty well. It's not scratching off as I rub it or anything like that. They're pretty decent little, I mean, for what they are. These were $25 fake Trackmaster trains. And I'll be, if you want classic Trackmaster, there may be no better way to get it. You're going to spend $60 on this, maybe $75 in the current resale market, or do you just want to suck it up, get some fakes, and maybe customize them? Now, another pretty good way to find out if these things are fakes is just straight up the motor here. This is probably the cheapest version of the classic Trackmaster motor that ever existed, and that is pretty much what's inside of these things across the board. Now, there is a fake Emily, which I believe is Tinder-powered and may have the exact same motor configuration as the classic, but with these ones here, as you can see, yeah, it's kind of night and day. This one here runs on a C, this one here runs on a AA, and I do believe there were versions of Arry and Bert that actually did run on AA, but probably with a little bit of a better, you know, mechanism than this. Like the spring here, the metal connections, the plastic itself. It just all feels very cheap, and again, it is. It's a fake made in China, kind of in a factory, because they very likely just have the classic molds and are reproducing them. It does work though, so if you're in the market for some classic Trackmaster, or maybe need some parts for customs, or want to make some customs, these things are pretty perfect. Just be aware the motors are not as good as the classics, you know. Now, with all of that being said, what exactly is the plan for fake Arry and fake Bert here? Well, I could just, you know, turn them into Arry and Bert again, and that's kind of what I'm doing. They'll be Arry and Bert if I want them to be, but you may also be a Thomas OG like me and have played the Thomas plug-and-play game, and in that one there's a mini-game where whoever you're playing has to go catch diesel engines, and they're pretty much just Arry and Bert, or variants of Arry and Bert, because sometimes there's 3 to catch, or there's 4 to catch. We're going to make those, or just, you know, Ironworks twins that could be Arry and Bert. They could just be random miscellaneous, stupid diesels just running around Sodor. You never really know. And again, since they were, you know, fake and altogether pretty cheap, I don't really feel too bad about it. It's not something I'm, you know, throwing myself into a hole into if it messes up. It's just something fun to do. And with that being said, let's jump into that. All right, everybody, and here we are a couple days later with the completed fake custom Trackmaster Arry and Bert, or as I'm kind of just calling them, the Junker Twins at this point, since, you know, as I said, they're either Arry and Bert or they're just miscellaneous diesels causing trouble. Now, right off the bat, let me go ahead and say, I know these faces are absolutely massive. It kind of turns out these are spare from my HO scale Arry and Bert. They're kind of just what I had. I don't really have the files to resize myself. These faces were made by Rexecutions and printed by Thomas Tank Merch. I just happened to have some spares and figured, you know, why not? Why not use them here? And, you know, since they're kind of just funny faces and a little bit odd, it kind of fits, you know, what they are. But all of that aside, what exactly did I do here to customize these things besides change their face? Well, I'm not sure if it's coming up on the camera too well, sadly, but they did get some pretty heavy weathering. That not only on the chassis, but the body as well. Pretty much anywhere I thought a little bit of rust, a little bit of dirt, anything a little bit discoloring would look good, and that is on both. I was going to give them moving side rods, because I do think that does look pretty good on the Trackmaster diesels, only to find out that's not something you can do very easily with these two, and let me explain real quick. So on most Tomy engines, the front wheel has this kind of peg there, and that's what holds and catches the side rod. These do not have those whatsoever, so on the chance you do get these and want to add moving side rods, you either need to find a way to fix that, supply new wheels for the front, or just do what I did, and that's paint the molded side rods, which does look a little bit odd, but truth be told, you know, improves the look, and once they're weathered just alongside the body, I don't know, I think it improves it quite a bit. Yeah, again, there's really not a lot to this. I pretty much just changed the faces, made them pretty dirty, and that it pretty much just ends there. That, you know, but that's the beauty of it. You can now make Trackmaster customs and not, you know, break the bank as you're doing it. Or just, you know, spending some time playing with trains. This was like, I don't know, 2 days of just pure fun because I got to play with Trackmaster again. And again, it really wasn't a lot to do. I pretty much just gave them a new finish, you know, matte cleared them. Again, all that dirt, as you can see there on the back, the sides, kicking up from the chassis and on the wheels itself. They're just spruced up, made to look a little bit better, a little bit more accurate to what you would have seen in the show. It sadly didn't help too much with the overall messiness of it, but it does, you know, at least make it make sense. You know, they look like they're dirty diesels all together now. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we saw these things in operation, so let's get to it.
as a matter of urgency.
Thomas, I need you to catch 2 diesel engines and take them to
The engine depot.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.